Magni Telescopic Handler, Model TH5, 5.15. Learning objectives. By the end of this presentation, you will be able to understand the requirements to be a qualified operator, identify the potential hazards, identify the control measures to avoid the hazard, review the inspection criteria, complete an operator evaluation. Stop work authority, your right and responsibility. Every individual on this site has the authority and responsibility to stop any work activity they believes to be unsafe or that could lead to an injury, incident, or environmental damage. No retribution. There will be no negative consequences for exercising your stop work authority. 1. Immediately stop the unsafe work. 2. Notify your supervisor or the nearest site supervisor. 3. Do not resume work until the hazard has been addressed and the area is deemed safe. Important safety information. Most accidents caused by the use, maintenance, and repair of a vehicle are due to failure to observe the most basic rules of safety and caution. An accident can often be avoided if the potential hazards to which one is exposed are known and the required precautions are taken. Those working on the vehicle must take the utmost care, have suitable technical skills, knowledge, and equipment for carrying out the various operations correctly. Improper and/or incorrect use, maintenance, or repair of these vehicles can lead to serious injury and death of workers. Important safety information. Use the vehicles and/or carry out maintenance or repairs on them only after having completely read and understood all the instructions in this use and maintenance manual. The precautions and warnings regarding safety are highlighted in this manual and on the vehicle by means of the informative stickers. Failure to heed these warnings may result in serious injury or even death of the operator or other persons. Using the manual. This manual must be considered an integral part of the vehicle and must accompany it throughout its working life from commissioning to final disposal. Therefore, it must be stored inside the vehicle, in the space provided, or where it will be kept safe from premature deterioration, so that it is always readily available for consultation and in the best possible condition. People to whom this manual is addressed. Operator, a person trained and instructed with a specific theoretical practical course for the use of the vehicle and related equipment. General maintenance technician, a person trained to carry out ordinary maintenance work with basic knowledge of mechanics, electricity, and hydraulics. Specialized maintenance technician, a person trained and instructed to carry out ordinary and extraordinary maintenance work with specific in-depth knowledge of mechanics, electricity, and hydraulics. Symbols used. Danger indications included in this manual are made easily identifiable by a warning symbol flanked by one or more words of warning. In addition, there is always a message in written or illustrated form underneath the symbol, illustrating the danger and techniques for avoiding it. Symbols use. Notice. Blue, without safety alert symbol used to indicate the presence of a potentially dangerous situation, which if not avoided, can cause damage to property. Warning: orange, with safety alert symbol used to indicate the presence of a potentially dangerous situation, which, if not avoided, can cause death or serious injury. Caution: yellow, with safety alert symbol used to indicate the presence of a potentially dangerous situation which, if not avoided, can cause minor or moderate injury. Danger: red, with safety alert symbol used to indicate the presence of an imminently dangerous situation which, if not avoided, can cause death or serious injury. General warnings. Notice: read this manual before using the vehicles covered in it. Warning: vehicles may only be operated and/or repaired by qualified and properly trained and instructed personnel. Danger: all use of the vehicle and operating procedures not described in this manual are prohibited. It is strictly forbidden to use the vehicles and their applications otherwise than in accordance with this manual and the nature for which they were designed. Danger: it is strictly forbidden to use this vehicle in an enclosed area with an explosive atmosphere or where vapors, gases, or dusts are created that could make it potentially explosive as described above. As this telescopic handler does not comply with atmosphere explosive regulations. General warnings. Warning: check the condition of the vehicle and interchangeable equipment in use on a daily basis before using them. Safety devices, oil leaks, condition of service, and safety stickers present. If there are anomalies and/or damage, make the necessary corrections. Do not use the vehicles with wet hands and/or shoes, grease, or oil on them. If the operator is new to the vehicle, he or she must become familiar with it before using and maneuvering it in an open area to learn its dimensions as well as the controls and their positions. General warnings. Danger: do not carry passengers on the vehicle and any equipment connected to it. Danger: do not smoke or light naked flames under any circumstances whatsoever. Naked flames in contact with fuel, oil, or solvents present on the vehicle or necessary for its maintenance can cause injuries, even fatal. Inhalation of gases produced by a flame or contact with coolant gas can cause injury to the respiratory airway, even fatal. Hazard and safety instructions. Danger of crushing. Danger: pay attention to mobile and/or moving parts to avoid crushing or dragging. Danger from hanging load. Danger: pay attention to suspended loads, danger, or falling material. Do not approach people using the vehicle. Keep a safe distance. Hazard and safety instructions. Warning: when removing pins, ensure that you have secured the parts in question to prevent them from falling accidentally and causing damage and injury to property and persons. Hazard and safety instructions. Danger of burns. Danger: do not touch the engine or any components directly connected to it during operation. All the engine to cool down before carrying out any maintenance. Before disconnecting any component of the hydraulic or pneumatic circuits, make sure all the residual pressure has been discharged from the circuit. Hazard and safety instructions. Keep away from battery poles, sparks, open flames, and/or cigarettes. Do not overturn or tilt the battery to prevent acid leakage. Do not generate sparks when connecting batteries, when charging or connecting with other batteries. Do not charge batteries at extreme temperatures, too hot or cold, or if they are damaged, they may burst. When servicing batteries, always wear protective gloves and goggles. Hazard and safety instructions. Accident prevention in case of thunderstorms with lightning. Never try to climb on or get down from the vehicle if lightning strikes in the vicinity. The operator in the cab must stay inside until the thunderstorm and lightning are over. Penetration of fluids. The pressure values in the hydraulic circuit may remain high for a long time, even after the vehicle is switched off. If not discharged properly, the pressure can cause violent ejection of oil and objects. Do not disconnect or dismantle any of the hydraulic components if the pressure has not been discharged correctly, as this can lead to serious accidents. Refer to the maintenance section of this manual for the methods for discharging the hydraulic pressure correctly. Hazard and safety instructions. Before starting the machine, visual inspection. Review the key off and key on inspection form in the student handouts. Warning: the vehicle must only be used by trained and qualified personnel who are aware of and follow the instructions given in this use and maintenance manual. In some countries, it is compulsory for personnel using slewing variable reach trucks to attend courses in order to obtain a license. Safety devices. Before using the vehicle, ensure that all safety devices are visible and working properly. Should you find any problems in the safety devices, stop working until the fault has been repaired. Contact your dealer or Magni Telescopic Handlers SRL support service. Check that the symbols and safety stickers are clearly legible. For your own safety and that of others, do not disable or alter the operation of the safety devices. The main checks for the equipment safety devices are recommended by the manufacturer with time schedules and must be indicated on the inspection register attached to this manual or in the manual of the equipment itself. These checks ensure that the safety devices work correctly. Identification of machine components. 1 chassis, 2 front stabilizers, 3 diesel tank, 4 cab access ladder, 5 cab access door, 6 electrical system technical compartment, slewing variable reach truck, and/or AdBlue tank, 7 electrical hydraulic system technical compartment, cab air filter, 8 rear view mirrors, 9 maneuver, alarm signal lights, 10 driving and maneuvering cab, 11 telescopic boom, 12 interchangeable equipment, quick fit coupling, 13 battery compartment, 14 slewing variable reach truck front lighting devices. Identification of machine components. 15 hydraulic hose compartment. Emergency pump, only for D5A. D engines. 16 tow hook. 17 counterweight. 18 slewing variable reach truck rear lighting devices. 19 rear axle. 20 engine compartment. 21 front axle. 22 boom lifting jack, 23 boom extension, 24 hydraulic service oil tank. General description of the vehicle. Cab interior. Plan view. 1 steering wheel. 2 air vents. 3 multiple functions display. 4 ignition key. 5 anti-tilt limiter override key. 6 wired radio override key on aerial work platform. 7 right joystick. 8 document or device pocket. 9 control dashboard. 10 beverage holder. 11 seat with headrest. 12 radio control seat. 13 brake pedal. 14 accelerator pedal. 15 air blower for the windscreen. General description of the vehicle. Cab interior. Front view. 1 document pocket. 2 battery charger housing for radio control. 3 fuse compartment. An operating system USB. 4 rear window breaker. Hammer seat for emergency exit. 5 emergency key seat with safety glass breaker hammer. 6 vehicle radio. 7 loudspeakers. 8 sunshade. 9 hatch opening lever. 10 door upper portion opening lever. 11 open door lock release knob from the ground. 12 open door lock release knob from the cab. 13 air vents. Features of the vehicle. Climbing onto or climbing down from the vehicle. Access to the inside of the cab after opening the door by means of the lock-protected handle with key. Located in the lower portion of the door. Do not climb on or down from the vehicle with your back to it. Always use 3 gripping points when climbing up or down. 2 hands gripping the handles in. 1 foot on a step or 2 feet on the steps, and 1 hand gripping the handle. Features of the vehicle. Joystick. The TH vehicles are equipped with a joystick in the cab, near the driver's seat armrest. The joystick controls the main hydraulic movements of the vehicle. To impart commands using the joysticks, keep the confirmation button on the joysticks and indicated below pressed. Not pressing the confirmation button prevents accidental movements of the vehicle. The joystick commands are inhibited if the operator is not seated correctly in his or her seat. Features of the vehicle. Steering column. The steering column is designed to offer various adjustment possibilities. Its position can be adjusted in inclination and depth. The correct position of the steering wheel depends on individual preferences. It must be possible to reach the steering wheel without detaching the shoulders or back from the backrest. The arms must be bent at right angles when gripping the steering wheel. The joysticks must not obstruct the rotation of the steering wheel while driving, in any manner whatsoever. Features of the vehicle. Light, window wiper, horn selector, and steering wheel. The lever on the left of the steering wheel controls the direction indicators. Work light switch and window wipers. Use the steering wheel to guide the movement of the vehicle. A knob is provided to drive with one hand, keeping the other free for other controls. Features of the vehicle. Light, window wiper, horn selector, and steering wheel. The lever on the left of the steering wheel controls the direction indicators. Work light switch and windscreen wipers. Use the steering wheel to guide the movement of the vehicle. A knob is provided to drive with one hand, keeping the other free for other controls. Features of the vehicle. Pedals. Accelerator pedal. Press the accelerator pedal 1 to increase the IC engine speed. Release the accelerator pedal 1 to decrease the IC engine speed. Brake pedal. Inching. Press the brake pedal 2 to slow down and or stop the vehicle. Control dashboard. 1 multiple function display. 2 vehicle ignition key. 3 safety system limit override key. 4 key for aerial work platform radio control wiring override. 5 multifunctional manipulator. 6 service buttons. 7 USB sockets for charging electronic devices. Features of the vehicle. Multifunction manipulator. Leveling on wheels. Features of the vehicle. Stabilizer controls. Parking brake engagement button. Features of the vehicle. Automatic parking brake. It is possible to enable the parking brake function in automatic mode, which engages as soon as the vehicle stops moving to unlock, and allow movement as soon as the accelerator pedal is pressed with the reverse gear engaged. When the automatic mode is activated, the indicator light identifying the activation is orange. Caution. At a speed below 5 kilometers per hour, if the driver gets up from the seat, the vehicle stops automatically, and the parking brake is engaged. Features of the vehicle. Hazard lights button. Red emergency stop button. Multiple function display. Using the multiple function display while driving the vehicle can cause serious accidents. It is advisable to limit the use of the display while driving to the minimum possible extent to allow prompt identification and avoid obstacles while using the vehicle. The display has an information/operating function. From here, all vehicle parameters can be monitored in normal use and for diagnostic control, as well as certain operating functions described below can be managed and selected. Features of the vehicle. External elements. Work and emergency lights. Rear view mirrors. Features of the vehicle. External elements. Headlights. Taillights. Features of the vehicle. External elements. Additional cab work lights. Operating techniques. Before using the vehicle, review the key on and key off inspection handout. Handling loads. During load handling operations, always display the load control page to keep the percentage indicator and load chart under control. If the load status indicator is in alarm, make only the unloading movements in the following order. Retract the telescopic boom as far as possible. Lift the telescopic boom if necessary. Lower the boom to deposit the load. Never try to extend the telescopic boom when the load indicator shows an alarm signal. Operating techniques. Center of gravity of the load. Never try to lift loads heavier than the rated capacity of the vehicle. Before lifting a load, it is necessary to know its weight and the relative center of gravity position. The longitudinal position of the center of gravity varies according to the type of interchangeable equipment attached to the vehicle. Operating techniques. Picking up a load from the ground with fork attachment plate during manual adjustment of the forks or other parts of the interchangeable equipment. There is a crushing hazard to the limbs. This can lead to serious injuries. Take the utmost care while handling the load. Operating techniques. Taking a load from a height with the vehicle on tires with a fork attachment plate. Put the vehicle perpendicular to the designated load. Make sure the forks pass under the load and are properly adjusted to the load. Bring the vehicle near the load slowly with the forks in the horizontal position. Move carefully to insert the forks under the load. Operating techniques. Placing a load at a height with the vehicle on tires. After picking up the load, lift and extend the telescopic boom to position the load above the area in which it is to be deposited. Move the telescopic handler close to the area where it is to be deposited. Apply the parking brake and set the reverse gear lever in the neutral position. Operating techniques. Picking up a cylindrical load without a pallet with a fork attachment plate. Position the vehicle at right angles to the load. Operating techniques. Moving the center of gravity. It is forbidden to handle a load that exceeds the actual capacity specified on the corresponding load chart in the use and maintenance manual of the individual accessory used. Operate with the utmost caution and care to limit such variations as much as possible. Operational techniques. Visibility. When driving the vehicle, it is mandatory to remain particularly vigilant, especially in its immediate vicinity, due to the possible presence of people, animals, obstacles, etc. Summary. 1. Post-test review. 2. Feedback. 3. Inspection evaluation. 4. Operator performance evaluation.